scream play, and I will play.
It's a simple instruction.
You have to scream it though.
Indeed. Remember, just yell play, and I will play. Keep it simple. You yell play, and I will play. Because I'm counting.
It's like the Wayne's World thing, eh?
Is it on?
One. Wasn't it Chris Farley? And how loud they all heard it guy. So 2, 3.
I'm watching Shaz, so you guys will hear my 1.
14.
Unfuckables assemble.
Yeah. Sliderific. That gift that Mike said was
ready?
my favorite.
You guys
I saved that into my favorite.
Did you get that?
Take another lap, Daddy's not done drinking. Senior don't like ya.
This is the voice of God.
They say that we ain't got the style, we ain't got the class, we ain't got the tunes gonna put us on the map. I'm a phony in disguise, trying to make the radio. I'm an antisocial anarchist, it sound like so-and-so. Say they're just a stupid kid, they're the crazy radical. Rock and roll's dead, I probably should have stayed in school. Now the Generation X, somehow slipping through the cracks, but they love to see me fall. I'm already on my back and it goes one ear, right out the other. People talking shit, but you know I never bother. It goes one ear, right out the other. People talking shit, they can kiss the back of my hand. Well, now I know I'm not a saint. I've been a sinner all my life. I ain't trying to hide my flaws. I'd rather keep them in the light. They want to criticize, scrutinize, cast another stone. Burn me at the sink and watch it from the door. They say my devil is a foul. Do a lot of drugs. The crowd will only like it if they're really fucking drunk. Think they know my thoughts, but they don't know the least. If they listen to the words that I've messed up beneath and it goes one ear, right out the other. People talking shit, and you know it doesn't bother. It goes one ear, right out the other. People talking shit, they can kiss the back of my hand.
No big deal. Just a Thursday night in Delhi, people at Spiky Ball Studios in the bowels in the Dutch Hall. Let's just do a rock song that's going to blow everyone's mind. No big deal. We're going to do it because it's Thursday night. It's live from the Dutch Hall. It's what we do because we have the greatest band in Canadian late night history, the Nocturnal Emissions. Oh, I can't even believe it, people. This is a great show we got for you tonight. I can't believe how it came together. Everything comes together here at Spiky Ball, it seems. We found a window in the bell tower. It fit our window. It fit our booth that's hiding Jordan over there. So now we can't hear him or even barely see him. Hey, Jordan.
Bullshit.
Yeah. It's nice for us, worse for him, but we like it. You know what? I cannot. I like that we have the Nocturnal Emissions all back together. The whole group's back together here. We've been very happy to see the gang's back together. But last week we had Crown Lion step in for you guys. Anyone that wasn't here, Crown Lion stepped in because we are getting canceled this year. This is our last year live from the Dutch Hall. We have a commitment to do 300 shows, which is October.
Wow.
All right.
That's an announcement. I'm making it right off the hop
Countdown.
for anyone that's listening. And then who knows? We have a commitment till October to do 300 shows, and we're going to do it, by God. But what was I talking about?
Commitment.
Commitment.
Crown the Lion.
Crown Lion.
Awesome
yes.
band.
Yeah.
But after October, when that 300 show is up, the Nocturnal Emissions may not be the greatest band in Canadian late night history anymore.
What?
No. I'm saying that could it not be Crown Lion? They stepped in last week with the addition of Steve the Reluctant German, I would say, featuring Steve the Reluctant German.
Come on.
But if I put that band together, Crown Lion featuring Steve the Reluctant German, would that be a better solution than the Nocturnal Emissions?
Well, hopefully we get some feedback on that this week.
I'll tell you one thing they got going for you, Dave. They had the original single at the end of the show. Why don't you work on that? You can't even do a fucking clean flow jingle. Am I right? That's what you got. You've had 3 years to work on that thing, Dave. They give us a written request to work on a jingle. That's what you got. Do it again. I'm ashamed of him. I'm ashamed of him.
I'm like Derek Yarmy. I'm fucking busy. All right?
Yeah. Oh, you master of industry, you can't come up with a better jingle than bleak. That's fucking mailing it in, dude.
Oh, that's fucking terrible.
That is mailing it in, and I don't like it one bit. But anyways, Jave, you're on the chopping block for this new program. I'll tell you that right now.
I feel the tension and the
The
stress.
the only thing that is making me even consider you from having a job in the new program is the fact that your replacement last week was Murr.
Fire!
Murr, who take nothing away from his musical talent, but he gave me $20 at the beginning of the show saying he's going to drink whatever he drinks that night, and he's apologized in advance. Here's $20 for the damage I do, and I will be...
Pay one price, drink all you can.
You know what? He is honest.
Yeah, he's very straightforward, but I was thinking if I had to deal with that on a week-to-week basis, it would be a little bit more difficult than charters, you know. And you know what I got to say, Michael... This is the day before his birthday eve, but this is how selfless my cousin Michael is. He doesn't even, he knows Murr's tendencies to suck you into a conversation and then spit all over your face for about 6 hours.
Yeah,
you know?
it's known as a Murnado.
A Murnado, yeah. You don't want to be caught in it. And so Michael realized that Murr was having a great time, the most fun that he's had in a while, I imagine.
The vortex was heavy.
And so he was in this room just having a grand old time after the show. And Michael saw that he started having ideas of spending the night and just doing this for like 3 weeks straight, you know?
Bunking up with a bunch of the boys.
Yeah. And he realized that wasn't my intention at all, that we had business to do here at Spiky Ball Studios. So Michael took him away, took the bullet, if you will. And this is on his birthday eve, just as the cock crowed to celebrate Michael's birthday. He did this. So as a result, I said, you know what we're going to do here live from the Dutch Hall this week? We're going to invite a guest that my cousin Michael's going to like to celebrate his birthday. And you know what Michael likes? Michael likes sports. He likes when people like sweat and try to accomplish something physical, and that there's a winner and a loser. and there's a lot of trash talking that can involve that the winner can show their dominance over the loser, right?
Sure, yeah, all the above.
Right, that's how sports works. So I said, let's invite a sports celebrity onto our show. And why not, if I'm going to think of all the sports celebrities I know, why don't I invite one that's in my family, right? So we got a great friend of the show. He hasn't been on the program since we moved to Spiky Ball Studios, so we're very happy to have him on the new program. Ryan Vandenbussche is back on the show.
Thank you, Peter.
And as a special treat, we're gonna expose the bureaucracy of our government by making my brother Paul write the Smart Serve test, which he has been doing for hours before this show even began, and he's going to continue to do throughout the program. So, Paul, good luck to you. We'll be checking into you at various times during the show. But there's only one way to get this show started, people. And that's I got to introduce the greatest band in Canadian late night history, the Nocturnal Emissions, people.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I am disappointed.
It's okay.
Wait,
We're okay over here, Pete. Here we go.
Count to 4, Kevin.
This is dead air, people. The greatest band in Canadian late night history. See, that's the cue.
There it is.
Then you go into that one. There we go.
It's because we left Charters in charge.
Yeah, Charters. Wait till afterwards. The greatest band in Canadian late night history, the Nocturnal Emissions, comprised this week of on vocals, our band leader, Michael Bono, everyone.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
On background vocals and rhythm guitar, that's Dave the Rooster Charters. And in the corner, that's our CRTC required Frenchman. He's the man that makes us sound so sweet. Give us a love to everybody. And we're right where he belongs. The ball's hanging low between the legs of the Nocturnal Emissions. That's our low end, our bass player, Whiskey, Wes Higgins, everyone. And our lead guitar, we give him a pass because he's only half German. Steve the Reluctant German, everyone.
And now your host of the show, it's your two-time President's Club Award winner, it's Pete Van Dyke, folks.
Now, once the applause dies down, and I like to think that there's people washing dishes, driving to work, doing all these things, and they're applauding. You know, they're driving with their knees, and they're applauding us right now.
Double.
That's what I believe, because there's no audience here tonight. There's just the crew and our guests, and that's it. But I believe the people watching at home, the people that are listening to our program, are obviously applauding. But you know what they're also doing? They're saying, who the fuck is the bartender in this program? Right? I listened to the whole introduction of the greatest late night talk show in Canadian history.
Yep.
No fucking word of a bartender anywhere in it. How can you have a successful late night program without a bartender, right? Well, you know what I like to do? I like the music to die down. I like to wait till it's nice and quiet. I like to give the guy the respect he deserves. Ladies and gentlemen, our bartender, Paul Van Dyke.
Hey.
And you know what? He's going to be in the shots tonight. He might even have a little bit to say. That man right there is a good friend of our program. You can see in the periphery right beside him. That's our good friend, Derek the Beaver Van Houten. Everyone, let's hear it for him. Woo! Yeah. So if you hear their voices, that's because that's who they are. And you know what? We're not introducing you to music, people. We're introducing you to stone cold silence and no jokes.
It's golden.
Yeah. It's respect, motherfucker.
I fucking like it.
You like it, right, Paul?
I do.
Now, Paul's writing a test today because he's the bartender of our program, which you do not need Smart Serve to be my bartender. You just have to be able to pour a stiff drink, right?
Just one.
Right there, all the rules.
All the rules right there. Pour a stiff drink, check the fucking box, you're my bartender, right? That is the qualifications to be Pete Van Dyke's bartender. But according to the laws of this country, if you want to invite people into our establishment and serve them alcohol, you got to take what's called Smart Serve, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
not too smart.
so I said to Paul, "You're my bartender for the show, and we have a live show like we're doing with tomorrow night on Friday, April the 6th. Tomorrow already? God damn!
It's happening.
Tomorrow, April 26th, we will have Spiky Ball's second stand-up comedy series. We have Tyler Morrison and with a special guest, Dave Burke and Tommy O'Donnell is going to be hosting. We can't wait. It's going to be a great show, and tickets are selling really fast. We have a few left, but literally we're down to a couple hands and feet of tickets left, and then we're out. So if you need to, go to spikyballstudios@gmail.com, or you know what, even if you get me a live from the Dutch Hall shit, we'll make sure we reserve a ticket for you at the door, but make sure you tell us you want to come so we have it, so you don't have to be turned away, because we might fill up. And anyways, I was into...
That's what she said.
I was into that. What?
No, you were talking about your bartenders. How awesome!
Oh yeah,
they were.
bartender, right? So Paul, if he wants to serve, he's my show bartender. I want to put a show on at Spike Ball Studios. It makes sense that people that listen to our program, they're going to come to our entertainment we're putting on, are going to want the famous bartender, Paul Van Dyke, to serve them drinks, but he can't. The guy doesn't have any training by our government of Canada. So he has to go online and do this. He's doing it right now. He's going to learn about our country and how they're making him better and protecting our general public. Right, Paul?
Pretty much telling you not to serve.
Yeah, basically don't give anyone a drink.
As a server, don't serve booze.
How many drinks can I have in an hour?
None.
0. I think if you do that, you'll pass the test. If you keep that attitude up, you'll pass the test. I accept. Charters, this is your world, man. This is a construction worker. He frames houses. You live in the world of corporate bureaucracy and bullshit that he's just delving into for the first time. Look at his innocent eyes. Can't believe our country's so shit, you know? This guy just builds houses, hammers, nails, you know? He doesn't fucking have to worry about if Helen gets to keep her job because we have to fill out Form FB or whatever the fuck bullshit. You know who designed the website there, Paul? Who designed the website?
Probably Visa. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that went real quick.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we need to get your payment. The site works perfectly.
Yeah, the site works
Hey, we
perfect.
want to now get you to do our program and not waste your time. Oh, it fucking doesn't work at all.
No, the next button, you can push it. It
No.
doesn't
Is it
always
just like
mean
you
next.
put your mouse over it and it jumps somewhere else on the page? Every
Yeah,
time
my
you move over
wife got her smart serve because she's a responsible adult, and she went in and tried to do it, and twice they made her do this, or she had to do the same thing like 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, 3 times.
3 times.
And because they wouldn't believe her. And you know what they do to my brother Paul? They ask him a bunch of questions they know damn well he doesn't fucking know the answers to. Right?
He keeps asking B for help over there. That's
Yeah, they ask him these questions, and Paul's like telling what he thinks. Like, if someone's in my house, I'll serve them until they puke on the ground, and then I give them a little place to sleep on the ground until they're sober enough to go home.
Put a nice blanket on him.
Yeah, that's a good kind of, that seems right to me. So Paul gets angry because the government doesn't share his beliefs on the world. And then, he gets all these questions wrong. And he looks like an idiot. He gets more frustrated. He gets more angry. It's really funny to watch. I'm hoping he does it during the show. And then it turns out after they make him do everything wrong, they then tell him all the right answers. So if they would have done that off the hop, he wouldn't have had to be frustrated and look like an idiot, you know? If they just would have told you off the hop, these are the fucking rules, and then they ask you the questions, you get them all right. But no, they say, hey, dude, do you know the rules? No, that's why I'm taking the fucking course, dude. And then they go, here, answer these questions. Well, they're all wrong. Yeah, I told you I didn't know the fucking course. Right? Am I right on this?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're like, well, how much time did you waste of mine? Oh, 4 hours of my fucking, suck my balls, Trudeau.
Trudeau.
Is this Trudeau? Who I have to blame for this? Ford, Trudeau? Who can I take down? Elizabeth May? What? Yeah, Trudeau, that fucker. Pretty bitch.
So is it not something that you're supposed to like read up on first, like do some studying first and then write the test?
No, they make you take all these modules.
They give you a
but
quiz.
First they set it up to say like, hey, you don't know shit. I guess that you don't know shit. Let me just expose how much you don't know. So then they point it out for hours.
They break you down.
And they make you know you don't fucking know what you're doing. And then they're like, if you keep this up, you're not going to pass this fucking test, dummy. And then they tell you the answers, and they're like, do this. And then no one will die or whatever. But yeah, the party would suck.
Is Paul still serving drinks while he's doing this? Because I need a beer.
Yeah.
Get it yourself.
Beaver, that's why Beaver's here. Beaver's
Assistant.
support staff.
Around for the boys.
Leave it.
Support staff.
I'm fucking learning.
You know who enjoyed this conversation? Our guest tonight. I want to bring him up even before we do a segment we call Feedback. We got feedback. Because he's such a good friend of the show, I think he would enjoy talking with us, just like everyone. He's standing right there. I can see him. Ryan Vandenbussche, everyone. You may know Ryan.
Hey.
Hey, Ryan, if you want, take it right out of the thing. Sometimes it's easier.
Get comfortable.
Back.
There we
Yeah,
go.
get rid of this fucking thing. Beautiful. I wish I could throw it, but I'm going to be gentle. Now we got it. Look at that. No damage. I didn't do anything rough.
Looks more comfortable too.
Right? Yeah. Doesn't this look good?
That's
How do
natural.
you like the new digs, Ryan?
I think it looks beautiful down here.
You've seen so many incarnations of the Dutch Hall over the years because you were in like the
Thanks, Pete.
third show, right?
Right.
And then you were with the lawnmower.
The lawnmower.
Yeah, it was that third show was me, you, and the lawnmower. The
Back in the-
picture at the end of the show was me, you, and a lawnmower. You know, but now there's this is a far cry from the humble beginnings of this program.
Absolutely. It looks dark down here.
Yeah, and these and the band, the Nocturnal Emissions. Remember when I said I feel a band in my loins that I'm thinking that I'm gonna expunge from my loins. You remember that? When I
Yes,
said
I
that
do.
on the third show to you.
Yeah, no, I don't remember that.
Turned
Sorry,
out to be
I-
a
I-
kidney stone.
Yeah, well, it's them.
Oh, that's
I
nasty.
expunge them from my loins. Anyways, guys, if you don't know who our guest is tonight, our guest is not only my brother-in-law, and I've forgiven him for all the things he did to my sister sexually. I gotta tell you that, because you've been a good husband over the years. But but he is also a well-known athlete that's played for the New York Rangers, most notably the Chicago Blackhawks, and at the end of your career, the Pittsburgh Penguins, right, where you taught Sidney Crosby how to play hockey.
Yes, I did.
He was like a struggling guy that was trying to pick up. He couldn't raise the puck.
well, he's only 18 years old, right? So
Yeah, he didn't know
he
shit.
had to learn a lot.
Smelled like piss, you said.
And I don't remember saying that.
Oh, no?
Anyways,
I'm sorry, I may be putting words in his mouth. But that's me just continue with my introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a former NHL left winger, right winger?
Right
winger.
right winger.
Ryan Vandenbussche, everyone. Would you prefer to be called a right winger?
Forward is good.
Forward? Yeah. What about like enforcer? Would you rather forward or enforcer? 'Cause
Call me anything you want.
How about spark plug?
Spark plug is good. I like that.
You got to rank them, yeah. Spark plug, I think, was a good best one for you.
That's what, if I had a good game, my wife would say you had fireball status.
Fireball?
Fireball status.
I liked when Ryan would hit the ice because you had to make it count, right? Like you were like one of those, like, I see a lot of parallels. Anytime you're doing something that's like not a traditional job, where you're trying to like do something that's not common for people to do, you know? Like for sports, to make a living out of playing a kid's game is kind of a ridiculous concept, really, right?
It absolutely is.
The odds are astronomical. Like for every kid plays sports, and how many kids make a living out of doing it? You know, it's very few. So it's like same with telling jokes. You know, how many people tell jokes to make their friends laugh? Everybody, right? But how many people make a living telling jokes, making their friends laugh? It's stupid to suggest someone could do such a thing, right? But people do it, right? So that it's the same. I can see a lot of parallels between comedy and sports because it's a difficult thing that you have to keep pursuing and keep being dedicated to the possibility that you can achieve this lofty goal that would be out of reach otherwise, right?
You got to think it all the time. Like, so your show today,
Yeah.
I'm sure you had a pregame ritual that you do, right?
Yeah.
And what is it?
Well, it's not like a pregame ritual for a program alive
Yeah,
from
like
the Dutch Hall.
tonight. You got to have some sort of
Yeah.
structure before this. How do you prepare for it?
Well, this is how I do it, Ryan. On a Thursday, I make the whole day Dutch Hall day. So my brain's in Dutch Hall mode, like even though I have all my other shit to do, you know. But I still think Dutch Hall the whole day. And usually I try to pick myself a job that day to do something that's like fucking horrible, like a monotonous task, you know, so that I can just concentrate on thinking about the show. Because I'm just crunching it in my old brain, my old noggin, right? And then as we get closer to the show, I get like real fidgety. I can't sit still, you know, even more than normal. And then eventually you just kind of gotta I get like little spots where I like hide for a bit to just calm down and like focus on what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And then I know it's showtime and I go and do it. And some people watch me do it. I don't do it on purpose or nothing. I'm not like saying I have to do this, I have to do that. But like you just do it. You just find yourself doing the same thing over and over again. And also I have made certain crutches of my life part of that sometimes. Like smoking. That's why smoking's so hard to quit for me, because I can't fucking. Sorry, I don't know why I swore, but I can't stop. Like nicotine really helps me slow down enough to plan the show, to like actually figure out I gotta accomplish this. I gotta thank our cookie sponsor. I gotta thank our beef sponsor. I gotta thank our cheese sponsor. You know, I like beef, cheese, and cookies. It's no big deal. I gotta thank them all. Who do you have? Who did you Did you get sponsorship money when you were in the NHL?
They wanted me to wear a breathe right when I was in New York.
One of those strips on your nose?
Yeah, and I was like, it just doesn't seem right because I only play about 2 minutes a game.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on a bench the whole time.
You get it knocked off.
That's right. So I actually turned it down.
Well, they'd have to make you a custom fit one.
That's like asking a guy with
got,
two
like, razors
stubs
on it.
to model gloves for you. He's got no arms, but like, can you model gloves for me? Just stick them on your stubs. That nose you can put a fucking million breathe rights on. It ain't gonna breathe.
Oh, it's good
been
now.
broken a
It's
million
good. No, it's
times.
only been broken 3 times, and I had surgery on it twice.
What?
3 times? That's it.
Yeah.
You've only had your nose broken 3 times.
That is it.
Okay, then
Three tough
I have a memory of you that's probably wrong then. Oh shit! Well, that's got a cap on it. Good, thank God. But anyways, I was in Chicago one time when you were playing in Chicago. I went and I remember I was asking you, how many times have you broke your nose? And you said to me, this year?
It's probably fucking with you.
Yeah. Okay.
I only broke it 3 times.
But you're probably fucking with me but that stuck with me forever because I've been retelling that story like an idiot.
Well, you gotta verify that kind of shit before you speak.
You be that shit, Pete. Fuck.
Who can you remember the 3 times then? I
Yeah,
bet
totally.
I know him. I bet you I know him from watching. Can I guess?
Let's hear it.
Does anyone else want to guess? Oh. I would guess that Wade Belak broke your nose once.
Yep.
I would guess that George LaRock
Yep.
broke your nose once. And the third one.
Bonvi?
Nope.
Oh. Did you knock the third one's teeth out?
The Grim.
The
Yeah,
Grim
the
Reaper,
Grim
Stu
Reaper
Grimson.
Grimson.
Oh man, legendaries, all legendary
Did you
fighters.
knock his teeth out? Stu Grimson?
No.
No.
Knock his teeth out?
He knocked that big bastard from Tampa Bay out, teeth out, who was like 6'8".
Kyle Frederick.
He had to jump up to like punch his teeth out.
Like Tyson's punch out.
Yeah, like holy mackerel. He had to do like the double B and the A, and he had to flip the fucking.
That fight was my first shift of the game. I played 8 seconds and I got a 2nd star.
Are you serious?
I kid you not.
That's awesome. Story ever.
That is the best story.
It's awesome.
It played 8 seconds.
Even the commentators, first star. Second star.
Seconds. He only played 8
You get to
seconds.
skate out on the ice?
Yeah,
Like they
but-
called your name second star and you came out for a skate and then went back in?
No, I was already done. I was at the hospital.
yeah.
My hand was all messed up.
Hey Ryan, what's recovery like in the NHL?
Recovery.
Yeah, like you're always playing at a high, like the elite level, and you're expected to like play every game.
So
Like, are you playing hurt lots, or you really?
yeah, like it's an 82 game schedule. You got 10 exhibition games, and you got playoffs. If you make playoffs, we were fortunate enough not to make playoffs when I was in Chicago, so I got to go home early. And during a season, like for injuries, if I had a nagging shoulder, sometimes you just get a shot of cortisone to get you through the rest of the season. And then if you had to get surgery at the end of the year, then you would. Or maybe you just be lucky just getting away with the rehab. But a lot of times, it's Percocets, Vicodins, it's the opiates that were handed out to help deal with the pain. And then, so that was definitely one of the things that we had to deal with, and it still is an issue in the league as far as I'm concerned. And then
Overprescribed opiates. And
yeah,
stuff?
yeah. So that we thought that was helping in our A2 recovery, but it was just masking the pain, right? So, so that's things are coming out. Science is coming out now. There's better alternatives. So, but that's pretty much the main thing. It's just it's just getting rest. It's tough because it's a long schedule. And
do you ever feel like you're getting rest, or is it just go the whole season?
It's go. And I was fortunate because I didn't play every game, and when I did play, I didn't play very much. So it kept extended my career, right? And these guys that are playing 27 minutes a game, like Sidney Crosby, like they might not be fighting, but I'm telling you, they're in the corners and they're taking some serious abuse. So their body, they can't even imagine how they feel.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So, but no, it's I wouldn't change anything. I just take care of my body. I mean, a lot of it's up to you too. You get these painkillers, and you go out and you should be eating a good meal instead of having a beer with it. Right.
Yeah, don't you think it's like now that we've lived as many years as we lived, Ryan? Like we're the same age, so don't you think like now that we've lived this many years that you kind of look back at things because you've seen so much that you're like, holy crap! How many they were so wrong. Like we were like, there's so many things that we did when we were young that we're just like we didn't know any better. We just did them that we didn't know. Like now they fixed it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everyone's learning, right? We can't stop learning.
No, it's a good thing in general, but I didn't think it would. Like when we were doing it, we didn't think we were that stupid. No, we thought we were pretty smart back then. Now we've lived enough years to realize how stupid we are. Mm-hmm. So that means if we live even this many years forward, we're going to realize we're dumber even now.
Don't know what you don't know.
Right? Michael might be a part retarded right now. We don't even know.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Time will tell, Michael.
Time will tell. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I played a 82 game schedule, but I didn't. Do you mind if I ask Bushy a question? Beaver just
no, it's your birthday party.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, yeah, so Bozy, when was your birthday?
Yeah, my birthday was last week, by the way. I was confused.
Happy belated.
No, it's his birthday present that you get Ryan because you were so nice on your birthday.
Thank you, Pete.
To take away Murr from me.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I would do it for anybody, but of course I did it for you, my cousin, my friend. I wouldn't put you through that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love that guy to death.
No,
He's one of my
too.
best friends. I always say if I went to war, he'd be my #1 draft pick for me. Seriously, that guy would do anything for me. So he's crazy, but I love him to death.
No, everyone says that.
Yeah, we all got that guy. Me and Bushy were talking about it before the show, and that's my guy. He's my guy.
Like if I went to war with Murr,
Pete, you're my guy.
if I went to war, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. If I went to war with Murr, I would know that he'll do anything for me, but I'd also know that there's an outside chance I might murder him. You know?
That's high.
That is the only catch. He would give up his life for me, and I appreciate that, and I love him for it.
But you might take.
But I may take his own life.
Yeah.
I may take his life.
He does.
That's what he does to you, eh? He's got that. Both sides of it, eh?
And he grinds his teeth when he sleeps, and it's the worst sound I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so painful. Toilet paper in the ears doesn't cut it.
No.
You need to just be in another room, earplugs, everything.
Oh,
he's a beauty.
You know what's nice about him though? When he goes on vacation with you, he has another schedule, so his sleep doesn't involve when you're sleeping.
No, it's opposite. It's bizarro schedule.
It's when you're trying to sleep that he will. Pull the pillow away from your face and yell at you for 3 hours, until you drink with him.
There's ups and downs.
Yeah, there's ups and downs.
Beer at your balls.
Yeah, it's the life. Hey,
Michael has a question.
Yeah, I was just going to ask Bushy, just because it's NHL playoffs now, and Derek made me think of
It
that
is?
when he asked. Yeah. So did you make it to the playoffs in your career?
1 year.
1 year.
So,
So
in Chicago.
Yeah,
I was in Chicago.
so-
and when I was with New York, we made it to the Final Four. I was
Right.
I was in a fifth line then.
right. So what I guess what I want to ask you, because you always hear the announcers, and I mean I know playing a little bit of hockey myself, just the level that they say, playoffs are the next level. So you go 82 games, what a grind, and then you go to this next level. Like how different is it?
Yeah, well, to be honest
Playoffs.
with you, Bozy, I only played one game in playoffs. That's it.
Okay. Well, how was that game?
And it was intense. I
Like,
mean,
is
it's
it-
just the energy is just insane. It's just a whole nother level.
Was it a home game?
I
or
can't
was
even
it-
imagine playing an 82 game
That's what I
schedule
mean.
and then going to the finals
Yeah.
and losing. It would just, God, that would
kill
really
ya.
sting.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
killing
Really
yourself to
sting.
get, yeah. But that level of energy, like those buildings are shaking and
Yeah, man. It was
And to do it a
insane.
year, like 2 years in a
I
row,
just-
or like
yeah.
3 years,
Yeah.
3 out of 5 years, or something like that, to take a long run.
I can't imagine
These
how
guys need to recover.
Right.
And yeah, man. And
Oh, Paul, you're learning. Paul's learning over there. We will hear it from time to time during the show. He
No,
gets
I
one
just wondered that made me think of the recovery, because you hear how many guys play hurt and play with injury, and they're going through it. They don't care. They want to play, and I
yeah.
get that. But I just wonder how much of a different level it is. You're in the best league in the world, and in my opinion, the best sport in the world, and now you're at the highest level of that sport. Like,
Right.
unbelievable.
yeah, it's good hockey to watch. It is.
Oh,
I
it's
caught
just
a few minutes the other day. I'm like,
something
God
else.
damn
I
it.
gotta tell you, even back when you were playing, Ryan, I would go visit Ryan when for holidays and stuff, and like when he was during the season, and he would be like throwing some magic wand over his like shoulder or his elbow or wrist or something like that, like some light that was you're putting over yourself.
Yeah.
Some sort of like magic science from the future for me at the time. I don't know what this is. It's like, but he's always rehabbing. Like, he was always working on like getting like little parts of him that didn't feel as good as they could be, and he was going to try and make them better so he could perform better.
Yeah,
like
sure.
he was always working on that stuff from the beginning. Like in the minutia of it too. Like the dedication it takes to like really focus on that thing. I saw it with Ryan when through that period of time, and it's unbelievable to see that to perform at the highest level of anything, of any discipline. You have to give full credit to the person that does it, because
Right,
it takes like an incredible amount of discipline.
There's nothing worse than being in the lineup when you're injured, and especially a guy like me, because I don't want them to give me any excuse. I don't want to give them any excuse why I shouldn't be in a lineup, and I don't want to say that I'm injured, even if I am, and that happened many times. So you
Right.
go in the lineup, and so what you do off the ice is so key to how you're going to perform on the ice. So if you are injured and you kept it quiet, which I did. My right shoulder used to pop out all the time when 98, 99, 99, 2000, before we got to Chicago. And I just kept it to myself, and I just did rehab, and I got through the end of the season until the last game that I played with Chicago was when I just got traded there. I fought a guy by the name of Dan Kordick right in front of their bench, and I knew my shoulder was fucked from that whole year earlier. I'm like, I'm going to just give it all. My shoulder popped out, and I just kept on fighting, and it was done. I just couldn't do anything after that, and I had surgery. But my other shoulder was the same way. It was popping out too. So when I didn't tell Chicago that, so when I got the surgery done on my right shoulder, I did the same rehab on my left shoulder, and I kept it intact, and it repaired itself without even getting surgery.
Wow.
So you do a lot of things like that, working with the elastic bands, working your joints, and keeping them tight.
And actually, that's sort of like, because that sort of rehab and stuff is actually kind of like ahead of its time as far as modern medicine goes, right? Because like when back in those same days, like in the 90s or whatever, they'd be quick to prescribe a drug for you if you had a problem, but they would be less. Even now, they don't really prescribe. Their job's not to prescribe like rehab. You have to go to a physiotherapist for that or whatever. There's no one telling you all the things to do. But you guys in sports, you were always had to be like on the cutting edge of what was what was going to help you stay fit. But now a lot of that stuff that you were doing that was cutting edge is like mainstream for the rest of us now.
Well, don't forget, these owners are billionaires, right? And they spend billions of dollars on players, or millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars on players, and they need them to perform at their best. So they're going to do whatever they can do to get those players back on the ice.
Right.
At least for the regular season. If there's surgery that needs to be done, hopefully you can wait till the end of the season and get it done.
Right.
Then you got all summer to recover.
You're their building blocks so that they can get to the rounds of playoffs, so they can get the revenue. And
Absolutely, it's a
It
business.
all
They're not
works.
in it
Yeah,
to
it's
lose
a
money.
business. Yeah.
So you got to be out there. So I understand where they're coming from. And then we're in the entertainment business. You guys are in the entertainment business. You might not be feeling good tonight, but you're going to come here and do your best and turn up another gear and finish it and get
Turn it
home.
on,
And
game time.
Yeah.
I liked where you went with the pregame thing, Bush. Like, I totally get that. I mean, I guess I was in sports too, but even with music and playing too, there's always a little something you do before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it makes it easier.
He always does the whiskey shot.
Yeah, we just started that a while ago, and I like to do it before I sing. I don't know, that's our thing, and I think everybody's got their own little thing before they do whatever they, makes them a little make you feel the butterflies, but that's what makes you. That's what you love to do, is feel that little nervous, and it pushes you. Right?
Nervous excitement, right?
Yeah,
Turn that nervousness into excitement.
It's adrenaline or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. It doesn't matter. It was a really neat point that you made. Everybody's got their own little thing. It could be really subtle, but some guys are really meticulous about it. In sports, they show guys taking their sticks, going 2 hours before. I was always a guy that liked to sit around and talk to everybody too. I like just get into that mindset, right?
I like getting there earlier and fucking with guys.
Me too. Yeah.
Fucking with guys?
And nobody would know. I used to fuck with guys all the time.
Like that's the thing is to wait for their routine and fuck with their routine?
No. Like I would just pull little pranks. So for example, when
Let's
I was
hear.
in,
Let's hear.
when I was in New York, nobody, I wouldn't even tell nobody on my team this, but I would come in there early, and we got our Gatorade sitting in the middle of the room, and we got all these Gatorade little plastic cups or paper cups, and I would go grab a handful of each pile, like top 5 on each pile, and I would take an X-Acto knife and I'd make a little slitch where you drink it. Well, I used to do the bottom, so when they filled it up, it was dripping too fast. So I'm like, that's too quick. I want them to just think about it a little bit. So then I just moved the little slit, quarter around each side of the cup on the top. So as soon as I drank it, it came out a little bit and it dropped on her shirt. So I'll never forget the one time I was sitting there and Gretzky went up there and grabbed a paper cup and he filled it up and he was sitting in his stall. I was just watching my eyes were this way, but my head was this way, right? And sure enough, it was dripping on his shirt. He's like, what the fuck is going on here?
You just lost it.
Yeah.
There's little things like that. It just made,
I know your son's
made it
got
fun.
some of that stuff in him too, because I was really proud at Easter this year. Your son, Cy, my nephew, he continued a Van Dyke tradition we've had well before he was ever born. And he was never told about the tradition. He just did it innately. It's in his blood that he knew what to do on Good Friday if he's part of our family.
What did
And
he do?
Did this. We decorate Easter eggs on Good Friday in our family. And what Cy did was he decorated an Easter egg, and what he drew on it didn't turn out like he planned. It turned out to look more like a dick, like a man's genitals. It wasn't like he planned, and he could tell he was disappointed, but he looked at it for a bit, and he says, "This one's for Uncle Paul." And he says, "This is Uncle Paul," because he's a dickhead. And then, I used to do that when I was a kid all the time. I put one egg to fuck with Paul, and this year I was like, I don't need to do it. Cy did it.
Who got the raw egg?
Huh?
Yeah, who got the raw egg?
Logan did, and he was on to it early. You weren't there for the egg fight. We have an egg fight every year, which is not throwing eggs. You just like tap the one end of the egg, and one of them breaks, one of them doesn't. Anyways, he puts in the old raw egg that he decorates. Anyways, snuck it in there. No one knew about it. And then Logan's sitting there like, my other nephew's sitting there shaking it. He can hear the yolk in it, right? And he's like, something's in this, right? And I'm like, that's a rigged egg. But the thing about a raw egg is it's supposed to win, right? It's supposed to win. It's not supposed to.
And then you fry it up.
This thing fucking lost to a boiled egg.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
My other nephew smashed the boiled egg so hard in the raw egg, he blew up the yolk, and it was all over the ground. So there was no pleasure of smashing on a guy's head. Anyways, it was still a great trick. We hadn't done it in a number of years, so it was a nice flat. It was a nice. It was good timing.
That was my egg.
Yeah, that was your
Little
egg.
happy face. Nobody knew that, not even Cy.
But it didn't win. It didn't win.
No, that's too bad.
There was a double.
Your green egg, Bushy?
It was it was green, a little happy face on it.
I'll tell you, Logan got it, and he was onto it early that there's something different.
And
about
Logan
that.
was the one that was there watching me do it. And he saw me grab the egg from the fridge, I think. So I think that's why I didn't think he saw me, but that makes sense now.
But he grabbed it and he was like, "There's something different about this egg."
yeah.
You know, he was trying to figure out what was different about it. So he must have had his eye on you.
Yeah.
Because you're up to no good, and he knows your reputation. You know what my favorite story is that you've told, and I know you've told it on the show, but I love it so much. Is the one where was it Sutter? You was your coach, and you taped the bottom.
Oh.
When you were.
Yeah,
That one?
clear tape on his blades.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate that gag. Somebody got me with that once.
When you're
Just one skate though,
No, when
eh?
I was coaching. No, when I was playing.
When you were playing.
That's the worst.
Did he go down?
No, he was slipping a little though. He was almost pulled a groin.
That's balls, man.
That's awesome.
That is so balls.
Well, I already
though.
sat out 23 games in a row, so fuck, what are they gonna do? Send me to the minors, and I did go.
You're asking to go to the minors. You're like, how do I ask to go to the minors? Oh, why don't I make this guy fall on his ass? Cock. No, I get it now. Do you have any freedom from the old, because like at the time you had to still politic, you wanted to get a job. Now you don't need to get a job anymore.
No.
So you have nothing to hold back. You have no reason to like say anything you don't want to
I
say.
got nothing to hide.
Hey, did you play with Sean Avery?
No, I did not.
No, he's got a book out now. Do you think he was interested in his hockey career or just like making a persona to sell?
Oh yeah, he knew what he was doing afterwards. He loved the limelight, and he's probably just creating another opportunity for him when he left the game. And he's good at self-promoting, I guess, or branding himself or whatever. But hey, good for him. As long as he's happy, that's all that matters.
And you see more and more of it in the game now. Guys like PK, they're
you're not gonna
promoting. Like it's a thing where they're.
But there's always been
they're looking for after hockey more.
Right.
Mid-career, I think Avery was an early adapter to that, and people hated him for it. But he says clearly in the book that's what he was doing. He met through Chelios.
He probably doesn't even watch any. Well, I would imagine.
Yeah, but back
now,
like I really haven't watched hockey since I was of age to play hockey because I don't see the point in watching children play a game.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. But when I was young and watching hockey, the people that were playing, there were still those people: Jeremy Roenick, Matthew Barnaby, who else was there?
Darcy Tucker.
Barnaby's a big podcaster now.
Is he?
I've been listening to him. Yeah, in the tractor.
Oh, you're a big podcast fan.
Yeah.
Do you ever listen to Fight Stories with Tyler Morrison?
I haven't listened to Tyler, no, but I have listened to a few.
Wes, you do though.
The hockey guys.
Good show, right?
Chris Pick was on there.
Yeah, I know. If he's trying to steal more guests from live from the Dutch Hall and Fight Stories. I know you can get big wigs like Artie Lang and all those guys, but now you want to get some Dutch Hall guests like Chris Pick.
Yeah,
maybe you should come through me.
One of my favorite ones, actually.
Really? Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, bunch of crazy military stories.
Yeah, he's full of stories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's
Off
a great
topic,
guest.
but I swear I saw him in Brantford the other day driving a white panel van. Chris Pick, right by the hospital.
You swear? Yeah, that's his
I swear
van.
it was Chris Pick.
That's his
it a
van.
white-
He's
yeah.
got. Are you saying like it looked like a kind of like what a kind of van if it pulled up in front of your house and stayed there for too long, you start to get
I
nervous?
dial 911 and just wait.
Yeah, that's him. That's Chris. And
Good guy.
good guy. Yeah,
Great stories.
great storyteller. So we should get to a little segment. Ryan, I hope you don't mind, but we do this thing on our show. We call it feedback. We got feedback.
Let's do it.
We got feedback. It's feedback. Motherfucking feedback, people.
Welcome to feedback. We got feedback. This week's segment is brought to you by our friends at Amazon. If you'd like to go to our Amazon banner and click on, or go to our website, and click on the Amazon banner. If you don't see it, it's because you got ad blockers on. Just give us an exception, just live from the Dutch Hall. That's all we're asking. Then when you can see those things and you do your shopping, we get money. We've gotten a record 2 checks from those motherfuckers this year, and that's pretty good. Because we don't really like Amazon, and we don't have to. We just have to take their money, right?
We love their money.
If you're going to use it, and you can just, and you don't want to use it, but you're like, hey, I still want to use it because it's cheap or whatever, and they got everything I want. It's easy, and it comes to my door, and I got Prime already. And then if you don't have Prime, get it, and then do it through our website. Then we get money for that too. That's what I mean. That ball guy's rich as heck, man. Just give it to us, right? At Live from the Dutch Hall, we'll do stuff like buy sweet curtains like this.
He's less rich now that his wife left him.
Oh, really? Why'd she leave him? Because of his dick pic?
I think she just wanted 1/3 of all his money.
No,
That'd be my guess.
That old chestnut.
I don't know. She got a lot of it.
Why not 1/3 though?
I don't
She
know.
got billions.
I'd have to look it up.
Oh,
it
you
doesn't
pulled
matter at
that number
point.
out of your ass, Charters. You know
Any
what?
fraction of it is a lot.
I know, but you shouldn't just pull numbers and try to make it look like you're fucking like the expert on Bizot. Right? You've overstepped, Charters, with your information. Get your facts straight. This is live from the Dutch Hall. We don't just shout out things we don't know about.
That's a Dutch Hall fact.
What, are you trying for my job here? You want to be the host of the show?
Definitely not.
No, you don't.
Hey, Pete, we ate all the cookies.
What?
Come on.
Jesus Christ, that was the second sponsor I was supposed to mention was our new cookie sponsor, official cookie sponsor, who's demanded a jingle in reggae fashion.
Reggae. Oh, Steven's on it.
They better not be gone, motherfucker.
They are delicious.
Susan B.
Once you start, you cannot stop.
Susie.
Tiki-tat, pussycat, cookies, I love them. Boom, clot, rascal, pussycat, all the clot. Cookies, I love them. Boom, clot, rascal, pussycat, boom, clot. All the cookies, I love them. Thank you, Susie. Yeah, you, Susie. Yeah, we love the cookies and we thank you, Susie. Susie. We'll take another load of cookies next week.
Oh, Susan B. Thanks for the cookies. Hey. If you're going to start your own podcast in your backyard pool shed, what you need to do is get yourself a good cookie sponsor. What are you doing? Get yourself a good cookie sponsor. What did you pick? Oh, for your gum? What I got here,
Veteran move.
someone's eating the cookies.
Yeah, Paul and Beaver, they ate them all.
You ate these nice ones?
Fucking prick jobs.
Are there any of those left at all? What does it say on the top of those cookies, you motherfuckers?
Christ.
What does it say? What does it say? Pete's favorite cookies is what it says. Pete's favorite cookies. They're made for me for the show, you sons of bitches. You ate them all. But there's not one. Oh my God, I don't eat any treats. I save the treats because of my commitment to my health. And then I get Susan B's peanut butter cookies that make the fork go this way and then this way. I love those cookies, you sons of bitches. They're so good. Try to eat this one. Give me that fucking bucket. Where's my wife? Jane, go get the bucket from them. Slide it. Brian, you take those cookies. At least have one so you can experience what I've experienced. And you know what, Norpac? Norpac!
The beef people.
Look, with headphones on, he even got it right.
Beef people.
One more time, Paul. Norpac.
All the beef people.
Did that twice. That's all you get, Norpac, this week.
Okay, the
And
beef
Clean
people.
Flow. I'll tell you something about Clean Flow. You're playing Dave's song. You know what you should do is...
He's distracted by cookies.
Yeah, he's too into the cookies. You're going mercilessly at the bottom of the cookie barrel.
Yeah, me and Charter's got to split one. That's how much those prick jobs ate
those
over there.
prick jobs went right at him the whole time. I said, Beaver, make sure I got a whole segment about cookies.
It smells so good.
Susan B. And now it's
There's
this.
one left.
It's ruined. Not even a bite. Did you take a whole fucking cookie, Steve? You son of a bitch. Fucking cocks. I got nothing.
Jordan gets
Oh, but you know what I did get? These things. Look at this one. Look at the beauty of this. I don't know.
Oh my God, that's a work
This
of
is
art.
a work of art, and she calls this an experimental cookie. She sends it to us to try experimentally. And I'll tell you right now, look at that. Look, it's a beautiful work of art. There was a whole bunch of them. This is another one, different one. I'm going to eat this one right here.
The Eye of Sauron.
Oh, yum. Was that a butterfly?
Oh my God, it's good. It's like a shortbread, right? Susan B., you're hired. If we're keeping you on, I don't care. You know, I'm going to be nice to your son until the cookies stop coming. Then I'm going to be real fucking tough on him. I'll tell you that.
No,
I'm not going to give that guy a break. You keep these cookies coming, Susan B. They're delicious. Thank you so much. Do we have any other sponsors to mention? You know what? The only one I would like to mention is Spiky Ball Studios. We can help you with any of your media needs. We're a full-service media production house, and Clean Flow is the best. That's all. The worst jingle ever. You know, Clean Flow might be coming to our show tomorrow night at Spiky Ball Studios. See Tyler Morrison and Tom O'Donnell.
Question your jingle.
But if he does come, we're going to have a real heart-to-heart about that bullshit that you put out for him. And I'm going to tell him, like, listen, I'm totally grinding my band and trying to make them be better, but this guy, he thinks that whatever you're doing, look at Charters, you spend way more fucking time on haircuts than you do on that jingle. And I'll tell you that right now. You know what you do? You don't even cut all your hair. You cut just parts of it, a lot. Other parts you don't cut barely ever. And no time writing jingles. I know that for a fact.
Who did that to you, Charters?
What's that?
Who did that to you?
His bully.
He goes to this place
My
in
barber.
Brantford that's really cool.
Yeah, big shout out. You've been there.
What's it called?
Scumbags and Cavaliers.
Yeah.
You know what
We'll get 'em.
scumbag means?
We'll get 'em.
It means a condom full of jizz. And Dave likes to go there and like fill them up
Great
with,
barbers.
with their
Highly
barber.
recommended. Michael
jizz.
went there for his
I
wedding.
went there for my wedding. Actually,
Tell us about it, Michael.
really nice. Nice tight buzz.
Yeah.
I got not much to work with up top.
Did they give you a shave on your face?
No, I did that myself.
Did they rub your balls like they do Dave every time he goes there?
No, but they knew Dave.
Yeah, they know him. I know him.
No,
He's
they
that
got
creepy
their
guy that
nice
says,
bowling pew.
hey guys, you like Jack White? Huh? You like Jack White? You guys know anything about industry? I love industry. I'm really a big deal where I come from. Hey, you know any people answer to me?
How about church bands? You like church bands?
You ever heard the church band in Burford? I play bass. I'm multi-talented. Sorry, Dave.
That's okay.
Yeah, do it, man. It's so good, I can't stop eating it. I'm not supposed to eat cookies. But I'll tell you, if I was on a death row and they said, Pete, we're going to put you in the electric chair, but you got one meal before you go, I'm like, fill me up a bucket of peanut butter cookies. I'm going to fucking eat the shit
Is
out
that
of
your
them.
choice for real?
Oh, yeah, I love cookies, man.
That's your last meal?
A bucket of Susan B's peanut butter cookies? Whole bucket of them? Yeah,
That's
man.
unreal.
What will you eat?
I don't know. Either a really good steak or
Steak and lobster for me.
yeah, probably like steak and I like oysters now. I'm a big oyster.
Oh, I love
fan.
oysters.
Yeah.
Oysters and ice cream and cookies.
Can I just have everything I want?
Pickles.
I want some wings in there too.
You know what? Give me a whole smorgasbord.
Yeah.
A buffet, if you will.
Yeah.
Buffet.
Jimmy
I want a buffet. I want to eat like stuff that doesn't make sense together, like Jello and fucking clams, right? Put it on the same plate. Go back to your seat. It's all right.
5-second rule. Don't step on it. Don't step on it.
Oh, she down. She down.
I got in just in the nick of time.
Oh, it's a cookie.
Just in the nick of time, Susan. All your work was not for nothing. It is in my belly. Thank you very much for feedback. If you'd like to give us more, we have two people to talk to.
Two people.
One, she's a cheese lady. Let's check on her.
One, two, three, four. Yeah, we're checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. She's always on the run. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. She's always having fun. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. She's always on the run. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. Teresa, what you've done?
What's shaking, Teresa? What's new in the cheese world?
Oh, well, Teresa had the second most in Delhi. She's a big listener of our show. She listens every week.
That's nice.
And you know what? She's been so good to our listeners. She says if you go to the second most in Delhi and you go there for a cheese, but not just cheese, if you go for Norpac beef,
The beef people.
he did that while he had the headphones on.
Nailed it, Paul.
This guy's a pro. But if you go there for any reason, and you say you're there because of the Dutch Hall, she'll give you a koozie, a free koozie.
Keep the beer cold. Summer's coming.
And she says, hey guys, thanks for the shout out last week. Woohoo. I had 3 of your fans in today. They asked when the Dutch Hall dating game was happening. And as promised, beer koozies for all. LOL.
Awesome.
Not a big deal.
What's the Dutch Hall dating game?
Oh, well, that will be next week. She says they asked for ground cheese, and I started laughing. I knew exactly what they were talking about. They came in there looking for the ground cheese. And that's what our fans do. They got wise to the ground cheese.
Yeah, they dig
Teresa,
deep.
you know goddamn well you drop cheese once in a while. What you doing with it, girl?
Get a broom and a bretska. And
My
you serve it-
fans want, yeah, broom and a
Get a
platzka.
broom and a bretska, serve it to the Dutch Hall. Just wipe it with the struggle. Yeah, so put it in the top shelf.
That's my favorite thing ever. Anyways, sorry, what were you saying on the dating game? Yeah, well, Teresa, she's a bachelorette. I don't know if you know that about Teresa, the cheese lady. She has no beau that I know of, at least. But even if she does, she doesn't care enough about him not to date other guys. So she's asked us to set her up on a date. And so I said, you know what? We got a lot of people listening to this show, Teresa, and you're fantastic. So we'll be easy. We'll find you the best people we can find you. And next week, for next week's program, we have 3 bachelors coming in. We're going to do old style dating game. We're going to separate them so she cannot see them. And we're going to ask them a series of questions. And Teresa will choose which one of the 3 bachelors, which will be her date on the Dutch Hall dating game. And then we will hopefully find a sponsor. If not, if we have to give her the most romantic Spiky Ball Studios date that's ever been done with the winner of this thing, we'll do it. Because that's my commitment to this program. We'll do it. But if we get a sponsor who wants to showcase what they do by offering a nice date idea, give us an email, livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com, because we're still looking for that. But otherwise, we'll come up with something good. There can be a big prize, a big date, and Teresa might even find love. That's what we promise. And the fans are really requesting it, so we booked it. It is next week's show.
Woo, woo.
We have 3 bachelors on the ready. They're booked. They're ready to go. And I'll tell you, they're horrible. Horrible. Actually, Teresa sent me a message today. She goes, I'm not really trying to find a boyfriend. I just thought it'd be fun, right? And I'm like, oh, there are no boyfriends in this shit mess I'm giving you next week. They're all awful. I guarantee you, I don't know which one. Maybe, wouldn't it be funny if they did find love in this mess I'm going to give her next week? But I just found her soulmate.
Endless love.
And these 3 characters, I will not tell you who they are. But one of them in particular, I think should be jailed. One of them, I'm pretty sure, is married. We've established that. And shouldn't be doing this game at all. And the other one, I have no idea. He could be either like 35 or 106. Those are the only hints I'm going to give you on who's coming in next week.
That's pretty good.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Good luck, Teresa.
Are you going at another cookie?
Drive it in there.
It's not good for you.
Yeah? Tell my cookie sponsor that. Stop sending me things that are killing me that are delicious. You have no discipline. You want to wave this in front of your fat face and see if you don't eat it? Right? It's delicious. So you don't understand, David. Shortbread, man. Fuck me. Anyways, we got to end this show. But, Ryan, you've been a great guest as always. I always love having you in here.
Thanks for having me, Pete.
Your band, the band here.
Was there another feedback? You said there was 2.
Oh, yeah. Shit, we have Haitian Dwarf.
Why, you got Haitian Dwarf? I got one. Oh,
You got one. Dave's got one.
Ready? Hi-ho, it's off to bed we go.
It's playoff time, your pussy's mine.
Hi-ho, hi-ho. Dave nails it. That's how you fucking nailed it.
Do it live.
Yeah. It's
do it
playoff
live.
time. What?
Your pussy's mine.
Your pussy's mine, eh?
Just came to me.
No big deal.
In the playoffs, you get aggressive in the sack with the old lady?
Go hard into the corners.
Right.
That's what you do, eh, Dave? Yeah. You're a little bit of a
advice.
weirdo. I didn't know that about you. Anyways, I gotta find the
Pumping
Haitian
chase.
dwarf. The Haitian dwarf has been trying to get at us for some time, and you know what? Sometimes the interweb gives me problems, and but this week I got it. I got it a week late. He was talking about the episode we did.
Glad to hear you're still around.
Uh-oh.
Where did he give us the feedback?
Chartable. I get this thing called Chartable, and then Chartable sends me these things once a week, and they go and they tell me like how in Denmark I'm on the comedy charts in Denmark, and then the next week they say, hey, you're you know Denmark, when they really liked you, they don't fucking like you anymore, and they're like, hey, you know who likes you? Finland likes you, right? Not this week. Finland doesn't like you. Belgium loves you this week. And then most of the weeks they say nobody likes you. And this week, the Haitian Dwarf, they said, hey, someone gave you a review, and it was a Haitian Dwarf on iTunes, and he gave you 5 stars, and he entitled this one, Dave, Kevin, and Paul. Dave, Kevin, and Paul, right? And he says, 5 stars. Congratulations on all the new tail, boys. That's it. It's with regard to that 5th question, which is
from a couple weeks ago.
yeah. Whereas we all had to say who's gonna bang, who if your loved one was gonna die on the ground, unless you had one of the members of the show here, have sex to completion without pulling out, like ejaculating inside, no protection,
Did we go into those details?
Yep.
Fuck.
I said,
I don't remember that part.
squirt hot jizz into her pussy is, I believe, the exact words I said.
Yeah, you did.
What does that mean?
That's true.
Does that mean condom? Does that mean pull out? No. Both those things are implied with squirt hot jizz.
Uncle, you that shit.
Into her pussy. No. Cookie's a dick now.
Have another one.
Sorry, it spit all over you. But they, so what were we saying?
I don't know. I forget now.
Thanks, HD.
Yeah, HD.
HD, yeah.
Good guy.
So what I wanted to say was, Dave, Kevin, and Paul all got to bang our significant others. Nobody would let Mike fuck their wife, right?
No. Oh, for how many? 5?
Nobody would let Wes fuck their wife. Nobody would let me fuck their wife. And nobody would let Dirty Steve, which we all understand. But you know why they wouldn't let me,
He's such an ass.
Wes, and Mike do it? You know why, guys? Too handsome. They'd fall in love with us. That's right. That's right, Wes. He totally knows. You sons of bitches know it too. That's why you wouldn't let me bang your wife.
No, it's because Kev needs pussy. That's why I gave him.
Team player.
Fair point. All right, that's it for feedback. We got feedback. If you'd like to give us some message of what you think of our program, You can go to livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, any of that stuff. You'll find us, and we will try to talk about it on the show. And so what we want to do is end the show this week with one segment that is brought to us by our the man that writes music for our program, Dave the Rooster Charters. Charters has issued a challenge for the after show thing. Now, our clip of the week last week was from the after show, which Doug Koning got hammered, and it turns out he's a musical genius. We had no idea he could play every instrument. The guy's like super talented and hilarious. He did did you see the yeah, that spinning drumsticks? He did it for a long time, staring me in the eyes and just like doing it like
It's like the devil while he's doing it.
Yeah, hilarious. But for this week's after show, we have a challenge that's been issued by Dave the Rooster Charters to a professional hockey player, where you.
Jordan's already laughing.
ahead of us on how this fucking guy thinks he can challenge an NHL hockey player to a game of skill in hockey, right, Dave?
Oh, God.
You're not challenging in the industry.
Dave, you're going to beat me.
He's challenging to a game, and what is it? What is it
I've
called?
been practicing for weeks. It's a sauce-off.
Sauce. Oh,
What's it called?
It's called Saucer King. It's a sauce-off.
A sauce-off.
Yes.
Saucer King. How's the game work?
Well, you pass. Oh, I would say shoot, but it's not a shot. It's a saucer pass at a little net. So it's like far away from you. Try
So
and
your
hit it a little
saucer pass means you keep it low to the ice?
Yeah, just enough to get over a stick.
bit. Yeah.
And you want a
Not-
nice.
oh.
You don't want like a floppy duck, a wounded duck. You want a nice saucer pass,
Yeah, spin it
so
like
it
a
lands
frisbee.
flat and lands on a next stick. But in this case, it's going to land on the pad that's slippery, and then it goes into a net if you hit it.
Yeah. It's a small net.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm scared.
So what you're talking about here is not only a guy who has natural ability that allowed him to achieve at a professional level, but you also have a guy who's intelligent enough to break it down to that level. And so he's analyzed it and like perfect. But at this point in time, it's muscle memory for you, right, Ryan?
That's right.
It's years ago. But you've practiced with your son for how long, Dave?
A couple hours.
Yeah, a couple hours. You figure you got the advantage over him, right? I don't know who I'm going to put my money on. It's going to be a real nail biter, people. Look forward to looking to any of our social medias because we're going to be posting this video, but I don't know who could possibly
We
win.
can do it right down here, Dave.
Charles, if you fucking win this thing, I'll tell you right now. Oh, shit, I got to make a bet. If Charles wins, I need to do something humiliating. Okay, guys,
You got to put his mustache on your face.
would you shave that thing just to glue it on my face?
Oh, in a heartbeat.
He would? All right, if you beat Ryan in this game, you can't blow it.
I don't want to lose.
If you fucking blow it on purpose.
I don't want to see Charter's mustache on your face.
I don't want it anywhere close to me. I don't like anything about his body hair. It's gross. I don't like anything about his body either.
How about you have to get my haircut? That's way better.
Oh my god.
I like
way
that. No, I like your mustache.
Will you take me to that place?
Oh yeah.
You'll take me to that place and get that haircut? Oh, how long do I have to have it for?
You just have to get it done.
Get it done
a
and do a
photo.
show with it on.
Yeah, one show. Yeah.
One show with it on. Okay.
I like that bet better. That's
All right, that's the bet. The bet is if you can beat a professional hockey player at saucer passing, I will cut my hair to look like you. The humiliation is that I'm going to give the haircut that he chose on purpose. He chose it on purpose. For
We like
crying
his
out
style
loud.
over
Anyways, we have the bet. The bet is made. Stay tuned for the after hour show. If you guys anyone has hung in and listened to us, thank you very much. We are live from the Dutch Hall. We will see you NT. See you next Thursday, people.